Stay tuned. We got a turbo kit going for the Expedition. These things are about to get fast. Oh yeah. Sean, it looks like we're gonna have big horsepower for the Expedition.
Yes, we are. We got the new Expedition, North Star Edition here. It's got full exhaust. Comes all the way up to turbo.
Oh.
Full custom header. Stock airbox. Trying to keep this thing relatively in a stock location. Trying to keep them up out of the mud. A lot of people choose to do them back here. I'd rather get it up here.
And what's your reasoning? Because we got one out here that has it down here. What's your reasoning on putting it over here, Sean?
Well, you got a lot of people coming up here, getting in and out of the bed. Got a big turbo hanging out here. You got turbo feed lines and oil lines and coolant lines running all over. Also out here in the mud, atmosphere. Try and keep this back up underneath the bed. Out of the way, keep some of the heat out of the back. And also with this, we do our own custom header. A lot of them just use a factory header. We made our own aftermarket header to get a lot better flow out of it, get rid of turbo lag, and get the best performance out of these that we can. Clearly, we're not running a lot of boost. This is still a workhorse, so, but we do want to go up the dunes with it.
Yeah, so what are we guessing roughly here by the time we get this all done?
This one right here, this is on standalone with our ProFi. It is on pump gas, and it's got 7 pounds of boost. This one here does about 165 horsepower.
So you're saying this is going to run more or less with a Turbo S or Turbo R almost?
Probably a Turbo
S. Is that to the wheels or?
That's to the tires, correct.
To the tires, 165?
Yeah. On E85, we're trying to get 200 out of it. I'm sure we're doing.
So that's even a little bit more than the Turbo R then. Because I don't think the Turbo R is even getting 160.
Yeah, but this thing's a big, heavy.
Oh, it is heavy. Yeah, that's true.
So
about Turbo S power.
Correct.
But the perks of a whole enclosure cab, heat, AC, all of the...
Still maintains all the factory air conditioning, maintains everything factory. You're cutting absolutely nothing. Everything bolts right on other than taking the bed off, which is kind of a pain in these things. But you take the whole bed off, everything bolts right up, everything's plug and play. You're not cutting anything. Works really well, quick install, and they retail for about $6,900.
Your turbo kit does?
This entire turbo kit, correct, with the standalone.
With the standalone.
With the standalone.
That, honestly, I had 0 wants of an Expedition, but after the little bit of riding around and seeing the whole enclosure here, and I actually don't have it on film, but Frankie from R3, he took me for a ride in an Expedition, and you have drove it, and both guys said the suspension is shockingly better than you think.
They are amazing. MTS did do the suspension on this one. It does work very good. It's the best dog vehicle you're ever gonna get.
Yes, like, that's awesome though. Like, we're not gonna be a slug out there anymore, you know?
No, you can go around, you can go up and down. This thing, we dynoed it. It made 56 horsepower to the tires. So they don't make a lot.
So you put about 100 horsepower to it?
Makes
roughly.
about 120
with
horsepower
your kit.
more, correct?
Yeah, that's a lot. I actually want one now. I had 0 watt. Like, no joke. I had 0 watt.
These things are amazing. I've had some of the best times in this. But stock, just going up the little mountains, I mean, you're 25 mile an hour to where everybody's leaving you because they all got Pro Rs and whatnot. But now to be able to go up the hills and everything at 65 mile an hour and have air conditioning and all the seats in the back and the ice chest stereo, this is where it's at. This
might be a rig that my family will ride with me in now.
Yes.
And I will still not dread going because we'll have power.
Correct. Yes. It's a very simple kit. We tried to build it with performance in mind, durability in mind, and looks, clearly. To get rid of, you know, most of the ugly looking header and all the stuff on it. Try and keep it lightweight and easy install.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. So we're gonna have to go take this thing for a spin.
We'll get it all back together, get the bed on it, get the interior all put back in it.
And this is good timing for this car to be done too. Just because of the inclement weather we're about to be in.
The air conditioning in this thing, actually in this heat, still works very good. It's unbelievable.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was also thinking not just the heat here in Arizona, but where we're headed here, where there's going to be potentially a lot of rain.
Oh, correct, yes. Coos Bay, heading there. My first time, but it should be awesome.
I think it's going to save us from hating the trip.
Yeah. when it's cold or when it's hot, when it's raining or when it's blowing, we can still bomb around.
Yeah, and have fun.
And have fun.
Yeah, because I bombed around in a stock one and I didn't get too excited.
No.
I was surprised how well it handled, but I wasn't excited.
Yeah,
you know?
This is definitely this one will have a lot of fun. This one we're spin the tires and slide around versus the stock one's kind of slow.
What paddles are we putting on this? Or are you not putting paddles?
I'm not even gonna run paddles.
Okay. Alrighty. You're just gonna run those?
Yeah. I mean, I could. I guess I got some rogues we could put on.
I think we gotta try it.
Yeah, we gotta try it.
Well, you have to put a paddle at the dunes. It's just a necessity.
All right, we'll put some paddles.
We'll put paddles on it for the trip.
Put paddles on it.
All right, dude. Anybody that has an Expedition or wants to get one, what, 2 weeks? You can start ordering.
2 weeks.
Awesome. So as we talked about, we're getting ready for Coos Bay, and I swear it was a month away, and then all of a sudden now it's a week away, and we are nowhere close to ready, but we're getting ready. So the wedge trailer has needed a lot of love since day one. Slowly gotten a little bit more here. It's needed brakes, it's needed tires. We do got some better tires now. We are putting much better tires on our trailer, but we still got some old raggedy ones, so I'm sure we'll have a blowout or two, but we will have the jack ready. But the big thing is now that I got a car that takes E85 and likes to drink the E85 like it's nothing, we needed another tank, so I got a barrel for cheap, and it was like 20 bucks. And then I had Zach, awesome fab dude, set it all up, give it some support. Thing is like built, so a lot of strength to it now, so we ought to be pretty set there. So now I got an E85 tank, and then I got our 100-gallon tank. But our 100-gallon tank, it had an issue where the bottom was open. It didn't have that skid plate on there, and we think rocks just hit it when we were going down the road and put a couple little pinholes in it, and we were leaking fuel on the last trip, so we couldn't even use it because we started putting fuel in it and it just started leaking immediately. So now we've got this tank all welded up. Zach fixed that, he welded it up, and then on top of that he has put that skid plate there and gave a little bit more support, so hopefully that'll be our cure. Also, he helped me out, got some hook points, kind of just made everything a little less redneck, a little less white trash, and built this thing up. And now I got a couple tanks, so we should be good, because when we put 4 cars on here, we just drink through the fuel, and especially with that new Pro EFI car, we're just drinking fuel like nothing. So got this janky set up, looking a little less janky. Pretty excited. Who's going to Coos Bay? I hope we all see you out there, and we've never been, so we'll see how this goes. If any locals want to reach out to us, we'd love to know where to ride and all the cool spots if you want to show us around. But thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't.